Last night on MasterChef Australia.
Who's hungry?
Two teams faced their toughest critics when they catered for 150 guests at a children's birthday party.
They're loving them. It's all good.
A massive 93 votes saw the blue team take victory and the reward.
Now go and have lunch at Sales on Lavender Bay.
But on the red team, low votes for Adele and Jonathan put them both up for elimination.
I'm not ready to go home. Not at all.
Tonight, they both face a challenge unlike any seen before.
What's in this pot holds the key to your future in this competition.
It will put their imagination and skill to the test.
I'm feeling really, really nervous.
And for one of them, the dream will end.
This is going to make or break me in the MasterChef competition.
Jonathan, you scored 1 vote. Adele, no one voted for your dish. That means you both face the very real potential of going home today.
I cooked sausage rolls for the children's party. Unfortunately, it took a really long time for them to come out of the oven, and the children didn't give me any points for my sausage rolls or my meatballs.
I'm not happy with myself that I'm in the elimination round again. Unfortunately, I've only got 1 vote for my salmon blini. Clearly not enough adults voted for it.
To the rest of the red team, you're safe for today. Please head upstairs.
We leave the kitchen and we head up to the cafe to have a bit of a chat.
I'm not ready to go home. I want to be here, you know, a lot longer and do a lot more and learn a lot more. My food dream is to own a beautiful cafe where my son and I can cook together and we can have some beautiful times. My son Michael was born with dyspraxia. It's a language disorder.
I think you just got to think about your boys. Just, you know, be strong, you know? Just got to turn your mind into a fighter. Or just work hard as hard as you normally would under normal pressure.
I'm against you, Jonathan.
Last week I was in an elimination with Devon. See you later, mate. But I made it through. I think if I come through this, I feel like some sort of eliminator. The Terminator in MasterChef Kitchen. It's not a good feeling. The other side of it is you just have to do what you've got to do, I guess.
Yesterday was a team challenge. We won, and we're off to lunch at one of Sydney's best restaurants, Sales in Lavender Bay. Sydney Harbour, looking at the bridge, Opera House, fine dining. How good.
Good afternoon, welcome everybody, congratulations.
Nathan Darling is the head chef at Sales, and he comes out to announce the menu.
To start with, I've got a beautiful little goat cheese panna cotta with fig, walnuts and vinaigrette.
Beautiful.
We also have some lovely seared scallops with cucumber, apple and crispy onion salad.
Oh, just loving this. Means we have lamb done 2 ways.
You don't mind a bit of extra, do you?
And John Dory.
Wow.
We are having such a great lunch, but there's just this little thing in the bottom of your stomach reminding you that someone in the losing team is not going to be coming home.
Coming down the stairs with Jonathan and finding Matt Preston there, I'm feeling really, really nervous.
Adele, Jonathan, the challenge you're about to face is one that we've never done before in the MasterChef kitchen. Let's have a look at what this challenge involves.
Gary and George bring in this big pot. I'm thinking, what is in there? I thought there was a dead bird in there or something. But God, they want me to skin it or something.
Adele, Jonathan, what's in this pot holds the key to your future in this competition.
I'm feeling really, really nervous. I'm up against Jonathan. I know I'm not safe.
Adele, Jonathan, let's see what's in the pot.
When they lifted the lid off the pot, the smell was just foul, insipid, wrong. It wasn't good.
Adele, any thoughts?
It's the beginning of something, a filling or...
A white bolognese?
You're both very close. It is a seriously flawed bolognese.
It's not a classic bolognese, it's not rich and unctuous. And that's the challenge. The challenge is to fix that dish. You will each be given a portion of that sauce, and you've got to fix it. You've got to turn it into the most beautiful bolognese you can.
My first thought was, I don't want to go against Adele in an Italian dish. Adele is an Italian mama. She's been cooking Italian all her life.
It's still daunting. I mean, just because I'm Italian, you know, everybody can cook a really good bolognese. And, you know, I'm up against Jonathan.
To fix that bad bolognese, you're going to need additional ingredients. And these are the ingredients that we have.
Vegetables, a selection of meats, herbs and seasonings.
You also get to choose from liquids and oils. The next selection is dairy. You also get to choose from some miscellaneous items and a couple of odd ones that include anchovies, chocolate and Vegemite. Jonathan, Adele, here are the rules. You have 10 steps to fix that dish. You can use one ingredient per step. Once you've used an ingredient, you cannot use that ingredient again.
Right, guys, you've got your sauce, you know the rules. It's time to fix that dish. Off to your stations.
Adele, your chance to fix that dish starts now.
The first step is I want to put some flavour into it, and the only way you can do that is put in some sort of meat like bacon or pancetta or something in there.
I want to fry up the pancetta and just get all the flavours coming out of it.
Jonathan, it's your turn to take your first step. Let's go.
My plan is to add ingredients that I would normally have in a bolognese, but cook it separately and then keep adding it so it all comes to the point where it's about evenly cooked. I'm going to add some grated carrot, but I'm going to fry it off first. Because there's no real flavour in the bolognese, I'm going to brown the carrot to try and get some caramelisation flavour. I've got a pot basically full of fluid. I'm going to keep using the fluid to deglaze my pan, and eventually the fluid will be quite reduced.
Jonathan, you've added your carrot and that little bit of reduced stock to your pot.
Yep.
And Adele, we're going over to you for your second turn. Off you go.
I drain off my meat.
Interesting.
And I add it to my pancetta and start frying it off.
Because this beef needs to be browned up. It's got to be caramelised. And I've got a little bit of the oil from the pancetta, which is going to give it the flavour.
She's made a clever choice to actually fry it in the pan that she cooked the pancetta in. Yep. So there's some lovely sugars coming out of the pancetta.
Jonathan, let's crack on.
I'm just going to get some garlic and fry up a little garlic.
Okay.
The main risk here is whether or not the garlic will be cooked out enough, because the taste of raw garlic in food is quite disgusting.
Adele, let's go. Your next turn.
I tasted my dish. It still lacks a lot of flavour.
She's taking garlic.
What's an Italian without lots of garlic?
This is what I do at home, so I'm feeling relaxed and confident about it.
My third step is to add celery. It really gives it a nice flavour. And I'll do the same thing with the celery that I did with the carrot. Take out some of the moisture and then put it into the pan.
But you know, one of the smart things that Jonathan's doing is by deglazing the pan with that stock every time, he's reducing the stock, he's intensifying the flavour all in one process. That's smart thinking. And I love that thing. We've got this classic battle between the instinctive home cook, the Italian mama, versus the scientist. Who's going to come out on top?
My fourth step is I add chopped up tomatoes, which will start to give it the tomato taste. I'm going to return this back in here and I'm going to start cooking my tomato in there.
My fourth step, I've decided to use tinned tomatoes. I'm not sure if this is the right decision.
The tomatoes?
But I know if you use a lot of tinned tomatoes and cook them down, you're going to get the really, really good flavour.
My fifth step, I add tomato paste. And what this is going to do is just richen it up for me a little bit more.
I think Adele's choice is very risky. Tomato paste needs to be cooked for a while. You know, I never use concentrated tomato paste. So
Never use tomato paste. Why is that?
it's very difficult to control the tomatoey flavour.
Yep.
It can seem quite, I don't know, quite rough maybe.
I disagree. I think if you're cooking with tomato, you want the intense flavour, and by the time I keep cooking this tomato off, I'm going to have about 40 minutes up my sleeve that I've been cooking this tomato, so I don't agree.
I've hit my fifth step, and at this point I'm going to add chilli flakes.
Chilli. Now you've added your chilli flakes, you put in, what, about half a teaspoon there?
Yeah, probably about half a teaspoon, yeah. So all I'm trying to do is, because the tomato's quite acidic, it'll hit one part of your tongue, so I'm trying to make it now hit the chilli part of your tongue. So then you get a more rounded flavour in your mouth.
Look, guys, yeah, this could be the one ingredient that tips Jonathan's bolognese out of contention of winning this competition.
This is going to make or break me in the MasterChef competition. If you're going to go down, you may as well go down well. But I'm going to go down fighting. The rules of this challenge are we've got a pot of this bolognese that we've got to fix. We've got 10 steps. We can choose one ingredient per step. I'm very anxious. I've got huge anxiety.
My sixth step is putting red wine. Red wine just adds that little bit of robust flavour.
In my sixth step, I've also picked red wine, but I'm going to reduce mine first. Adele's put hers straight in the pot. I think the reducing is important. Wasn't expecting that.
Jonathan, I'd say that's a fairly high alcohol red wine.
Yeah.
That baby went up beautifully, didn't it? Look at that.
In my face.
Yeah.
It's seventh step, and I add a little bit of salt to my dish.
Now, Adele,
Yes?
that wouldn't be the last ingredient you'd choose?
Not for me. I really just want to get the flavour now, so
Okay.
then I know what else it's going to need.
My seventh step, I picked black peppercorns.
Pepper. Black pepper.
I think he's floundering at the moment. Everything he's put in is quite restrained in its flavour.
The next stage was sugar. That tomato flavour was really strong, so I just wanted to cut the acidity with the sugar.
My eighth step, I'd also pick sugar.
The next step is I wanted to put the cream in it just to round it off a bit, just to soften it a little bit. I just think a little bit of cream at the end of a bolognese is just really nice, just to lighten it.
So you're in a good and familiar place right now?
Yes.
Salt.
It's really hard to taste individual elements in the bolognese, so salt's important because it's going to determine the 10th ingredient that I put in. So I definitely needed salt.
Adele, Jonathan, you've now both got one step left. Think about what you're going to do. This could be the moment that saves you or sends you home.
At this stage, it's my final choice, and I just think, well, I'll just put some grated cheese through it, and that's it. That's all I can really do to my sauce.
Jonathan, you really need to make this last step count.
My final choice of ingredients is very difficult. I wanted a fresh herb because I think a fresh herb's really good through the sauce. And I've picked basil.
Smells good in here. You've used some interesting techniques, some interesting ingredients. It's going to be fascinating for us to taste what you've cooked, to see which dish is the best. Guys, it's time for you to come down. You need to head on home.
We've watched the challenge unfold, and now it's time for us to go downstairs and say goodbye to them, knowing that one of them are not coming back.
We've made good friendships in the house, and so it's upsetting saying goodbye to everyone, thinking that this is the last time you're going to see them.
Bring up your dishes and let's taste. So, taste time. Adele, you're first.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
I'm feeling really numb. My heart's, I don't think it's even beating. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty sick in my tummy.
Jonathan?
Waiting for the judges to tell us who's won is the most painful thing. It's nerve-wracking.
Adele, Jonathan, we have a big decision to make here. We're now going to deliberate. Jonathan and Adele, we've tasted your dishes and we decided who's safe and who's going home.
Adele, you've taken a really bad bolognese and turned it into something that's completely respectable. It's got big flavours, really big smack of tomato. What I don't like about it, however, it's really harsh on the tomato. It started off a great little process there, and you should have been a little bit more tempered in terms of how much of that tomato paste you put in, because that's what I get.
Jonathan, what I do find in your dish is loads of complexity of flavours. Every mouthful, different things pop up. Some celery, some carrot, some sweetness, some bitterness, some heat. Jonathan, you've made it through. Adele, your MasterChef dream is over.
When I hear that I'm safe, this relief just fell all over me. But it's not a victory. You've eliminated someone.
Congratulations.
Sorry, Adele. I'm really sorry.
It feels like you failed again. You just got to take it. You got to pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and start again.
Such a hard decision to make, but you're up against, I think, one of the best cooks in the competition. We judge on the two dishes we taste. We judge on what happens on the day. And today, that dish didn't quite make it.
You've evolved as a cook, and today's the start of a new beginning for you.
I've learnt so much. Never thought something like this would ever happen to me. When you have dreams, you can make them happen. You've got to give a dream a chance. And you know, I did. I gave it my best shot. And I think that's all you can ask of a person.
Adele, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the MasterChef kitchen. But unfortunately, your time is up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Adele.
Take care, Faye. Some of the video.
You better.
Good luck, Adele.
Bye. It's awful. It's awful. In a way, you just want to run out that door. Just get away. Just keep running. But I am proud and I am happy with who I am and what I've done.
There'd been a lot of speculation through the day about who was going to be cut loose today. And coming down the stairs, we see Dominic leading his team. And we see that 2 people were not in the group.
There's Adele and Jono.
Oh, no.
So at this stage, you guys don't know who's been eliminated?
No idea.
The light on the lift's just moved. Someone's coming.
Who is it?
Jono. Congratulations, mate.
It's just devastating for me because Adele and I have really been close since the beginning, and we promised we'd look after each other. And I'm really sad that she's going home.
Man, from me, you got my full respect. I thought you were amazing today. Well done, man. Well done.
He really is the Terminator, and you just don't want to go up against him in an elimination challenge. The fact that he could take Adele out in a Bolognese challenge, it just goes to show you how absolutely and utterly strong Jonathan is.
This truly is a competition, and I can't just ride the middle of the pack. I think I've actually got to stay out of these eliminations, work my ass off.
It's definitely been the best thing I've ever done for me.
Cheers.
It's something that I will never, ever forget.
Adele, we want to know, are you cooking dinner tonight?
I love making people happy with my food, and I really want to keep continuing doing that, and hopefully maybe one day work with Michael, my son, doing something together.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia.
Masterclass is one of the best parts of the week.
Gary and George help you get the party started.
So pay attention.
With some quick treats for the kids and something a little more sophisticated for the adults.
Nice little adult treat.
I'll be there at that party for sure.
Plus,
Welcome to Sake Restaurant.
Executive Chef Sean Presland shows you how to make Japanese at home.
A lot of people try to overcomplicate making Japanese dishes. It's incredibly easy to make.